Today I've started a tutorial on AG Grid, and this will be the first video on AG Grid. So this will be the introduction only. So if I'll start with what is AG Grid, so I'll share my screen. Um, this is official. This is a just like Google it. So this is a AG Grid. So if you just click on it, so it is saying ki AG Grid has been made for this framework. This like if you can see React library, Angular framework, JavaScript, and these are the platform and where you can just make it and use it. So basically, it has written in JavaScript. So pure in you can use it as a JavaScript. They also make it into the Angular. So for that there is a AG Grid Angular. You can just use it. So it depends on your requirement according to your project. You can just go for it. If your project is in React, you can just go for AG Grid React. Your project in Angular, you can go for Angular. So I'm giving example related to Angular. So we'll just click on Angular. So if you can see, so everything will be really all the examples. On the left side, you will see the features, all the basic features, all the most customizable feature of AG Grid, and this will look one by one in our entire tutorial. So first we'll look what is AG Grid. So in one line, I can explain AG Grid is most popular, most widely, and most customizable table that you can say a data grid, where you can display your table data in grid form, and it is highly customizable. If you can see, there are many libraries, JavaScript library, where you can render your data like a mat table. There are other tables also, but those doesn't come with lot of customization. If you start customizing those library, it get tricky and it becomes very difficult to manage. Like you have to write a lot of codes. So on contrast to that, this AG Grid has lot of features you doesn't have to code it, and they comes with a library inbuilt tag. So you have to just call it, and there are a lot of features where you can just include it. And most of the features, what depends on your requirement, mostly those project requirement get fulfilled by their existing features. You don't have to again customize the thing. So it is very customizable, and they have very nice documentation. You can just go uh, you can just Google it and you will see they have very good customer support. They have very good documentation also, so you won't get trouble. So if you can see on my left hand side, so these are the basic introduction videos, and what are the APIs that you'll see, what is the grid options, grid API, and these are the in this video I'll not just jump into the all the codes. I'll just explain you what are the features. So there'll be like a grid interface. So grid interface related to that interface, what will be having their API, what are the row object, how is row object getting used, what are the column property, on which column how what are the properties you can give it, what you can use it, how what are the column object. So those kind of thing we'll look into grid properties. So like if you mostly if you look into it, you will get the things very easily and very nice way they have presented in document way. And like then they have in a column wise how you can customize the column. If I'll give you overview regarding column, so it is like you can fix the column, you can give the size to the column, you can also define that this column should be automatically adjusted or not, depends on the data. So there are a lot of things. Also, you want this column to be also supporting multiple. This column should be string. This column should be accepting only number. This column should have a filter. This column should have this filter, that filter. A lot of things you can define in that column. This column should be supporting sorting. A lot of things that you have to just define, and that column will start working. You don't need to manage like if the data get filtered on the column, you doesn't need to maintain that data after the data get filled, get there into the AG grid. You don't have to bother about it. And then rows, what are the rows, how the rows should be there, and rows sorting also there, rows animation, rows highlighting, those kind of things there is. And also there are like one of the best feature that I've seen here in AG grid. So like nested row, like parent row and child row, that is best, very nicely get organized into this AG grid, like a grouping, that is called as a grouping. So like in a row, if you have some row, and under that row you want to show multiple rows, so that can also be done. So that is very well maintained in this AG grid. And then we have a build and tooling that is not related. One more thing is like this AG grid is written in JavaScript, and it is if you start learning it, and if you want to use for a personal purpose, it is free. It just when you build it and when you run it, just it will ask. Uh, so it is a trial version. That's it. It is. But when you go for a production build and when you deploy it and when you run it, so it on a it shows a big watermark. So it is asking for a license. So obviously, if you'll try to deliver that product to some client, so it won't work because it is a big watermark. So you need to, in that case, you need to purchase the license. So when you deploy it, when you are using for a person, for a commercial, then you need to buy the license. Otherwise, for a personal use, you can go for it. And then client side data, server side data, then it's selection, how cell selection, row selection. There are a lot of things. When you click on a specific cell, you want to make it highlight you, or you want to highlight a row. So those kind of things. Then there is a filtering. When I just mentioned it, that filtering also come under that related to column also. Like you want to set text filter, number filter, data filter, those kind of things. We'll look into it. Then there is a rendering. So rendering is a lot of most important thing. Like it is not like in a column you will be only showing, you will be only going to show textual and numbers only. There may be case you may be customize, you want to customize that cell, maybe you want to show images in that cell, maybe you want to show something different. So in that case you may just cell render, that is called as a cell rendering. So you have to create a custom component and you can just refer it, so that will be start acting as a cell render. This is the group called pivoting. I'll not explain in this video. I will look into it in detail. And this is a master detail, import export also. This AG grid, if you have a data and like you want to export it somewhere in Excel and CSV. So this AG grid has an inbuilt feature. You can just export it. So like there is also option like if you want, before exporting this AG grid data, if you want to customize, there is also feature you can customize and then the data can export. So there is a lot of things you can just customize and everything. And there is also pagination feature also. Pagination feature, if you want to show the show in pagination form, you can just make it enable pagination. Or if you want to give the offset, you can just define, okay, I want to show the page size of this. So a lot of things there is there in AG grid. I think like for your project, most of the things get handled. I can say most of the things get handled by AG grid. So I can say blindly you can go for AG grid. Your most of the requirement get fulfilled by AG grid, and uh, you can easily go for it. And from next video, I will start with a I have captured what topic we need to cover it. So that is the most important. I'm not going to cover each and everything because that will be too long. So each and every video I'll cover some important topics that will fulfill your requirement. Yeah. So I hope you like this video. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.